Donald Trump had his State of the Union and it sucked. I think we can all agree on that between me and you watching. But what about the people who were watching the speech itself? It turns out not exactly receiving rave reviews from the American people. Here's a first take of that.
What we know about people who tune in to State of the Union addresses, they tend to be fans of the president, whichever president is giving the speech. So the polling universe here is about 13 points more Republican than the overall population usually is. So just keep all that in mind as we go to the results of our instant poll. Get this reaction from those that watched the speech tonight. 38% said they had a very positive reaction to the speech, 25% somewhat positive, 36% negative. So roughly 2/3 in the positive territory, 1/3 negative among speech watchers.
Okay, so I think on the face, that doesn't seem great, right? But when you think about it, it's actually far worse. Now, as he laid out, the people who are watching are generally people who are going to like him at that point. We see this sort of issue in other areas too, like the later seasons of shows, sequels to movies tend to receive better ratings than the earlier ones because the only people consuming them are the ones who already like it. You see that sort of thing. And so, look, it is ridiculous that 38% of the people watching would say that they really like that speech. I think there is a massive amount of copium there, but bear in mind, they're more likely to be MAGA. That said, we need to put it in historic context because that 38% that were very positive is the lowest number he's ever gotten on the, I think, 85 states of the union he's done. You can take a look at a comparison to past years. It is 6 points less than last year. And it's much lower than some previous years. I don't know what was going on in 2019. Maybe that was coming like fresh off of like Soleimani being killed. I'm not exactly sure. But his first one was at 57%. We are so far away from that. His very positive number in 2017 is about as high as his very positive and somewhat positive right now. It is very low. Now I know any negative poll towards Donald Trump is fake. Acknowledging that, it doesn't seem that they really liked it. And by the way, one of the concerns that a lot of people had was that he didn't address the actual concerns that they had. In a pre-speech survey, a majority of viewers said they most wanted to hear Trump talk about the economy and the cost of living. But nearly half of the audience, 45%, said that based on Trump's speech, he was focusing too little on the issue. 53% said he'd given the issue the right amount of focus. I think those people are absolutely out of their mind and coping, but again, they're more likely to be MAGA, bear that in mind. Only 1 in 3 State of the Union watchers were confident coming out of it that Trump will lower costs. And I don't even know why they think that, considering that he was saying not that he's going to lower costs, but that they're already low. Shut up about affordability. And so I'm not surprised by the polling being bad. Sharon, what do you think?
I'm not either. And I think that this negative polling is still somewhat fake for reasons you perhaps alluded to, that it's worse than that. I think CNN and other networks and the people who present these polls go out of their way to give them a fair shake. And this is what we're left with here. It's a disaster. And I'm not sure, given what the polling shows and the 1/3 of those who already adore dear leader are the only ones left. I'm not sure why people are going down with this sinking ship. Now's the perfect time. He's wounded. It's like, I used to watch a lot of tennis. And in that match where someone's favoring one leg over the other, they're injured. That's when you see, the opponent go in for the kill shot, knowing you're never gonna make it there. I don't understand why these people are going down with the ship instead of picking him off, figuratively, of course.
Yeah, no, I like that imagery. He is definitely politically wounded. He is definitely favoring one cankle. And so, yeah, they should move in. They should finish him off. By the way, to end this, I know I saw somebody was like, yeah, but it's CNN. How many MAGA people are watching CNN? Well, I have 2 responses to that. First of all, that's why we're comparing it to the past years. CNN probably doesn't have a lot of MAGA viewers, right? But did it in 2025? We're comparing like to like, year over year. He's losing numbers. Also, importantly, it's not that MAGA people watching CNN like pressed a button on their remote or whatever. SSRS is the pollster that they conducted the poll. CNN's just reporting on it. It's not like I don't know, it's not like Wolf Blitzer was calling people up or Caitlin Collins or something like that. It was an actual pollster independently conducting it that they then reported on. So yeah, the numbers don't look good. I am gonna be curious to see the overall ratings. We'll have to see. I have a feeling probably not gonna match like a Bad Bunny halftime performance, but we'll find out soon.
You know what TYT has always been about? Taking on the corrupt, greedy establishment. For us, it's the corporate media. We've been fighting that fight for over 20 years. For the cell phone industry, it's the same story, a handful of massive corporations ripping you off. That's why we're partnering with Noble Mobile. They're the only wireless company with the same mission as ours, to fight back. Their Noble plan offers unlimited data for just $50 a month. But here's the best part. For any data that you don't use, you get cash back. Real money you can spend however you want. Stop letting your unused data pad the pockets of billionaires. With Noble, you take control over your data. And by switching to Noble, you're directly supporting TYT in our mission of bringing you honest, independent news. So give Noble a try and make the switch today. Scan the QR code on the screen now or visit go.tyt.com/plan. That's go.tyt.com/plan.